Hello my crafty friends, this is Mary. Welcome back to Cardz TV. Today we're going to make a quick little graduation card, and we're going to use the Cricut Light Recess cartridge. And you know this is one of my favorites, Elegant Edges. I just love that. And we're also going to be using one of my March release stamp sets. I haven't used this one yet, and I love this little set. We're going to be using Hoot, Hoot, Hooray, and this is for the birds. Let me just go through this one with you. There's some really cute little puns on here, and you can use these for owls or lots of the other birds that you'll find, like in Three Birds on Parade. We've got You're So Tweet, Night Owl, You're a Hoot, The Early Bird Gets the Worm, I'm Cuckoo for You, Hoot Hoot Hooray, Owl Always Love You, A Little Birdie Told Me It's Your Birthday, Give a Hoot, Owl Be There for You, You're My Tweetheart, Bless This Nest, It's Owl About You, Party Owl Night, Who's Having a Birthday. And we're also going to be using one of my card sets. This is from the new ones for April, and this is Happy Days, and this is for all the happy occasions that we celebrate, and we're going to use Happy Graduation Day. But I just went through the year and tried to do a sentiment for all the important dates I could think of, like birthdays, New Year, Valentine's, Easter, St. Patrick's Day, here's Happy Everything, Mother's Day, Father's Day, So Happy for You, 4th of July, Oh Happy Day, Halloween, Anniversary, Thanksgiving, Happy Days, Grandparents' Day, Graduation Day, the one we're using today, Happy Thoughts of You, Happy Holidays, and Happy Wedding Day. So I'm going to get all this out of the way, and we're going to get started on our little graduation card. This is going to be a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card, and this is ivory cardstock for our card base. This is a simple little card. We're going to add a black mat. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And this is from Pink Paisley, and I just love this. It's red with little ivory stars all over it. And this is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to go ahead and take my ATG gun and get all these layers put down. We've got our card base, and now we're going to add a border in our sentiment. Now the border has a black mat, which is 1 1/4 by 3 3/4, and on top of that I have another piece of Pink Paisley, and this looks like numbers, and this is 1 inch by 3 3/4, and I'm going to adhere these together. And what I've done for the sentiment, I took the sentiment from For the Birds and stamped it at the bottom of a 2-inch circle. And here's the circle punch that I used. And what I'm going to do with this is put this right down below the border. And it's going right down here on the bottom of our card. So I'll go ahead and get all this adhered together and put on the front of the card, and then I'll show you what else is going on here. I've got the border and the sentiment attached, and now from Elegant Edges on page 25, I've cut this yellow top note piece, and I cut this at 3 inches, and then out of the black I cut the shadow also at 3 inches. And I'm going to adhere these together, and they're going to go right here on the front of our card, and then I'm going to show you what's going on here. So I'll go ahead and get these put together. Okay, I've got my mats all adhered down. Now let me show you what's going to go right here. From the Recess Cricut Light cartridge, I've got this adorable little owl, and he's got his little graduation hat on. Isn't he cute? I don't know if you can see this, but this layer of him, the brown layer, I ran through the Cuttlebug using this Distress Stripes folder. Don't know if you can see that or not. There's a glare. but I just wanted it to look a little bit like feathers. And I've inked all around all his layers with some Tim Holtz Tea-Dye Distress ink, and I gave him some Google eyes. Let me show you where he's at in the cartridge. If you open out your little booklet, this is your first row, and here he is. He's the fourth cut down. And I cut his first layer out of black. Then the next layer that has his wings is brown. This layer right here is the orange layer that I ran through the Cuttlebug. And then the yellow is the very last layer. And I put him all together with my two-way glue pen because he's kind of small. And I cut him out at 3 inches. And he's on an action wobble. So he's going to go right there. And we got this little blank space right over here. You guessed it, it needs some buttons. So I've got 3 little black buttons I'm going to put right over here with some glue dots, and we'll have this cute little graduation card all finished. So I'm going to get my glue dots and get this little owl stuck down on the action wobble, and we'll come back and take a look at the finished card. Here's our finished graduation card with our little owl on the action wobble. And our sentiment is from For the Birds from Cardz TV Stamps. And I finished off the inside as well. This black mat is 3 3/4 by 5. The red mat is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. And then the sentiment mat is 3 inches by 4 1/4. And right down here I've stamped Happy Graduation Day, and that's from the Happy Days stamp set. And this little piece of number paper across here is 1 inch by 3 1/2 inches. I think that's right. So there you go, guys. I think it turned out really cute. Thank you so much for coming by today. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to see you again really soon. Bye now.